Hello everybody, welcome back to another game. Today we're playing against GoDave, so very strong player, good friend of mine, so yeah, looking forward to playing with him. This is part of a series where I'm going to be trying to challenge strong players and yeah, just basically learn what I can from them. So he's probably streaming on his side. I said that it's something that he could do as well if that was something that he wanted to do, so yeah, he's probably doing that. So we'll use my usual strategy when it comes to handicap games, which is just to play in a relatively relaxed way at the start. It's a pretty long game. On the other hand, you know that when I record, there's a lot to talk about. Of course, doesn't mean I have to talk the whole way through, but that usually is what ends up taking up a lot of airtime. You might see as well that there's a new background going on here. I did a little bit of working on this together with my wife to try and figure this out. It looks a little bit nicer, I think. Works a little bit nicer with the board. So yeah, I guess it's just one of those things when you're uploading to a channel, it's not easy to make adjustments, but you hope to make them over time. So here we have two low approaches. Part of me wants to pincer right away, but I shouldn't. I will. I mean, I guess you could. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm going to take it easy. I guess part of me doesn't want to play too symmetrically. Like, I could just back away here, but it's kind of boring. And I want to try and see. I want to play this move to see how GoDave responds to it. Usually, white will try to play this peep. You've probably seen me play it in the past. You can also go into the corner. Okay, place the peep. There are all sorts of different responses that you can play here. I don't know them particularly well. I know that, I mean, the connecting here is something that you can totally do, but yeah, it's just a bit unimaginative, I guess. You can play other moves like I think it was C14 or 13, or the most aggressive move is E14, which I studied a long time ago, but I just don't remember it. I think the main thing is not to play moves like C17, but anyway, I guess it's a handicap game. We don't want to make it too complicated, and yeah, so we just take it easy. It's a bit difficult for white. In a handicap game, sometimes they feel under pressure. I don't know if GoDave how much experience he has with it, but I'm sure like we'll adjust and learn as we go along. I remember when I was learning how to play handicap games, I didn't like it at all, but yeah, after I did it some more, I realized, oh, this is actually not so bad. So here you can see that I'm thinking about this attachment on top. Once again, I don't want to be playing the same thing everywhere, but at the same time, because I'm high over here, I guess I'm more okay with responding like this. I think I'll think about coming up here, close my email because it's making dinging noises. But anyway, yeah, and then coming into the corner here, yeah, I really didn't like this, but I saw this Shy Ghost does this a lot, so definitely a thing you can do. So I'll respond in this way because it builds over here, and then we'll see where we go from there. I'm sure he can do it because I'm sure he has all this invasions that he can do. So now I have Sente, so it's a bit you wonder. I guess it's time to wonder a little bit what to do next. So am I okay? We are all okay, and is he okay? I guess there's like invasion potential at the top. I can build this over here. I can go for the invade, but I guess there's no reason to go and freak out too much right now. A part of me wants to just um, press down on the stone here because then I can build and take the outside. But I don't know. I guess like I can expand. There are a lot of things that we can do. I don't want. I think the thing is that we want to wait until we have a heavy attack. So yeah, we could try invade, but that will. I think that'll make it. So let's lean over here. Somehow I'm just feeling this today. So let's go for it. I wonder. I'm sure he found that surprising, or either a normal move. I'm not quite sure. It'll be interesting to see what he thinks about this. Because I guess if he extends, yeah, if he plays here, then I guess this is the response. then he might be able to try pushing. So now it's this R14 move. I don't want to say it's in the wrong place. Like, it might be better just to have it high, but okay, yeah. And I think I spoke about this move in a recent game that I reviewed. So I said that we can do pincers and all this. Is this a move that I'm going to play right now? I think like in the past, I remember there was like this attachment here and there was some problems. So that was pretty interesting to see. I think the main thing is that I just don't want to get surrounded. I wonder if he's going to try and do this D3 attach if I come in this direction, or if I play in this direction. It's quite interesting. I guess I can play some kind of a pincer, but let's play in a solid, more steady way. If I play in this direction, then I can try and surround this stone, potentially. But okay, let's try and play over here. Okay, and so he comes and pincers this group. Yeah, that totally makes sense. And then the response, like, I can try and pincer, or I can try and lean on this. I guess leaning, like, because I can pincer, and then it's a question of what do I do next? So how is he going to attack this group? And if I get too defensive, so I play the scorpion shape and I jump out, which is normal, then he can try and settle the group a little bit more easily. But with the scorpion shape, I can then play the R9 move, and the group isn't really settled. Meanwhile, if I pincer, then I can maybe get a little bit more territory, but then the group is a little bit weaker. The area is pretty wide open, so I guess I shouldn't try and kill white right away. So I should just be calm. And I guess we'll focus on our own defenses first. So I'm going to play on this side, play the scorpion shape, and then jump and see where we go from there. So, okay, this is normal. Absolutely normal. And now he'll do the Atari, and then I can ignore. So I can jump to over here, which maybe is a bit timid, perhaps. Or I can go for this pincer, and I can try and connect underneath. Which I think I like a little bit more, because it's not clear to me what he's going to do with this group if I don't. Whereas jumping here feels a bit too lax. So what are the follow-up moves I can play? Like, if I can get another move, then I want to play something like this, I think. So maybe like here, or like this, something. If I play here, then he can descend Hane, and then Hane here, and then cut is a bit awkward. I can connect, and then he connects. So maybe more, yeah, not quite sure. But I don't want to just jump. That feels too timid. So even if he descends, then I can still jump over here. So let's just go for this. I hope there's no issue with not having jumped out. I'm sure on his side, he's showing all sorts of things about like uh, the small weaknesses. Although I guess like so far, what the shapes I've played are kind of standard. This is perhaps the first deviation. And then I wonder what he's going to do with this stone. So he's going to kick. He's going to gain strength. I can choose to respond, or I can jump. And if he responds, then I can extend. And that's all okay. Or I can extend up here. But if I do, then he gets another move, and he's gained strength. So a part of me wants to jump. But this group, I have to make sure, like, this group isn't actually that weak. I'm not quite sure what to do. If I extend up here, then what's the next move for him? The next move would be to play something like, you can try and play N4, but I don't, that's a bit of a thin shape. I don't anticipate he's going to really play that. So what I think he'll play instead is more like N3. And then after that I can attach and I can continue to build strength. So I think I should be okay. It just feels a bit too weird to allow him to get the tiger's mouth. So I'm going to extend here. And then he continues to extend, and I can jump out, I think. So I can play here, which seems like a bit of... I threaten to connect, basically. And I make a little bit more shape, which is nice. I guess that's better, nicer than allowing him to get it. But I think if I play here, then maybe he'll ignore and let me connect underneath. I'll continue to surround here. That seems more correct, I think. I guess it kind of makes sense because so long as I'm out into the center, then this group is strong, I think. So I think that makes more sense. Okay, so he plays this peep, which isn't quite the most solid shape, I think. Also because I'm meant to be connected here, aren't I? Like, that's the point of this move, so... I guess the point is that I should connect, and then... I suppose white should be too thin to cut. But I should have thought maybe... I should maybe doubt myself, because he probably has a plan that I don't know about. So now it gets interesting. What's he planning? Okay, so he extends over here. So he makes this exchange, and then he helps the weaker group, and he's trying to get out. So, okay. Now, I think the thing is that I can try... part of me wants to just cap this, or maybe like go for the surround, but I think that that's too aggressive. Like, I shouldn't be too desperate to try and kill. On the other hand, I need to make sure to take care of this Tengen Stone because it can still be quite useful to have and a bit of a hassle if you lose it. This move still looks pretty nice, but on the other hand, we don't want to get out. So I think, let me think. If I play over here, then there can be this Kosumi, and then it's not clear how I'm going to connect the shape up. Meanwhile, he made this exchange and he didn't respond. So I want to follow up on that a little bit. Like, I can imagine this turn, and then it's difficult for him to make territory on the bottom of the board. Meanwhile, this group is still weak. So what I'm thinking is maybe like playing here, and then if he pushes, then he might cut here and extend, say his Atari, and then he tries to come out. So I guess like I shouldn't try too hard to surround him because the shape here is just not that good. Not quite sure what to do. What's the easy move? If this was easy, then what would be the right move to play? If this was a blitz game, I think definitely this move looks pretty big, but I definitely want to turn or something, or just jump. But I feel jumping is very, very slack. So I can also do something to kind of like lean and become stronger so I can like push towards thickness somehow. I think that makes a lot of sense. So I mean, I might turn here. I'm not quite sure. But I'm definitely overthinking this, I feel. So if I play here, once again, pushing, it's cut, I'll extend, Atari. If he pushes through, then I might be able to cut. Actually, I should be able to cut, right? So that's how I feel, at least. So it is perhaps the most normal thing, perhaps, but I'm not quite sure. It's a bit tough. Okay, so he attaches here, which is quite interesting. So what I think is, well, if I push and cut, he'll probably just like sacrifice something, right? I think if I play this Hane, then that comes back to a sequence that I was probably thinking of. But now the move order is different. So if I play this Hane, push, I play this Hane, push an Atari, he might Atari this way, which means I extend, then he can come back. Something like this. I shouldn't try things that are too risky. If I Hane, then he'll extend. Part of me thinks it makes sense. Because, like, Because if I just try and cut, I think it's too risky. I mean, if the Atari's from this direction and this direction and here, I mean, that's not... This group is a bit heavy. It's not so easy to lose. I shouldn't... Or, like, I can push and cut this way, but yeah, that's broken shape for me, and I don't like that. And if I Hane from this direction, then push, Atari, extend, connect. Atari, and then there's no ladder or anything. Let's go for it, but I'm a bit concerned. I'm going to hate it because I reasoned through all the reasons why this could be a bad idea, and now I'm going for it anyway. One thing that I know about GoDave is that he's been practicing his time control. So he's been trying to make sure that he spends time on moves where it's necessary and not where it's not necessary. And I think it's interesting because here I've used a lot of time, and here he's used about 6 minutes of his 30 minutes for the main time. So I think that goes to show like the practice he's been doing. But also I know like as white, you don't always need to think as much. I think it tends to be black that tends to overthink everything because they have to think so much harder to keep their handicap. It's that pressure. Okay, so we play the Atari. There's nothing to do but extend. And now what is he going to do? Is he going to sacrifice something? Because I imagine if he holds on to everything, then this will be a losing fight. So what I imagine is he's going to play this Atari and then continue pushing. But that doesn't seem like it works either, so I'm not quite sure. Is he going to do a net? But then I can just walk out, isn't it? I'm not quite sure what the plan is. Already, luckily this is going a bit... I mean, it should go a bit better, but I was a bit worried that the fight wouldn't work so well for black. So you know that I hesitated cutting. So yeah, okay, he's going to push in this direction. Okay. If he pushes again, then I get a Panuki. And I can get this Atari and Sente. I guess I said that, but if I get the Panuki, then he'll get this forcing move. So I'll extend one more time. And if he extends, and there's the ladder. But I can probably turn and then kill the inside group. So it's probably not going to do that. He's probably going to push from the outside, and then I can capture, get the Panuki, and then he'll push, I jump, and then maybe he can try and escape. Is that the plan? Because if he escapes, then I have to think about this group on the inside. Okay. And then it's as I thought. I'll play this Panuki. And now I can play an extra move to escape, and then I'm not sure. I mean, I guess the group is strong, so I can try... Maybe I can try leaning over here as a leaning attack. That might be interesting. It looks like actually we have one spectator, which is fun. I should publicize this in the Beginner Go Discord server. It could be interesting. So I think I can play this Hane, which could be interesting. But now that this group is here, like, I guess... What can I do? I feel like this Atari is nice Sente, so I'll play it very fast. Maybe he'll just connect? Okay, I thought he might connect playing N15, but okay. So there's that. This group is getting pretty strong. I can still play here, but I think that I want to push through here and then try and surround, because I don't want him to connect just so easily. And is there like a more forcing way to do it? Like I might be able to play this move instead, but he can push, and then there'll be Ataris, but it looks like it should still be okay. But I guess pushing here makes the most sense. Can I do this clamp? But if he extends up, then I play this wedge, and that doesn't... I mean, it's probably okay. He can play Atari, and then if he connects, I can cut over here, but then he can Atari out. But it's not Atari, so it's probably okay, but there's cut. I think just pushing here makes the most sense. So I'll play that. I hope this is not... This might be helping your opponent. So, like, the idea is that this is a leaning attack, where... Either he responds to me, and then I can play on the outside, Or he doesn't, and then I can play this Atari, and that's pretty nice for black. So we'll see what happens. But I guess he'll let me Atari, and maybe if he comes out, then he can try and attack this group in the center. That might be the plan. Because, and keep in mind as well, that this inside group here still needs life. So I don't know how he's planning this. But I don't know. I think I can see where this, not that I can see where this is going, but like I I don't know. We'll see. So okay, he attaches. Okay. Okay, so his idea is that if he responds, then that's not going to work. So let me see if can I can do either one of two things. I can Hane underneath here and just like connect safely, or I can put Hane on top. What I'm thinking is that if he extends here, connects, but then I can get these cuts. So for instance, if I cut on the inside, then I can take the inside group. And if he lives with the inside group, then that helps me to connect on the outside. I think that's really reasonable, so I think I'll try that. I can try doing the Hane on the other side, but that looks a bit passive to me, basically. I'm not so happy with that. We have another we have a couple of spectators. It must have gotten posted somewhere, or maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, so it's the fun part about playing against non-players. They often have spectators watching them. I mean, I guess me too. All of you are watching right now, so that's fun. Okay, this Hane, I wasn't expecting that. So I can play here. What I'm thinking about is maybe he plays Atari, then maybe I can play like some kind of a Tsuji where I can get some stuff. I could try and play this Hane now. If he connects, I guess that's that's kind of what's the issue. If I play over here, I think I just worry that I can't keep everything connected. So let me play this Atari. That feels like I shouldn't feel, I should read, but that I get the feeling that there'll be some like I guess it becomes a co-lock or something, and that's maybe not what I want. But I feel like I should be able to keep these stones connected. It should be strong enough. So maybe his aim is to get moves on the outside. I should remember as well that I had this turn over here, so I should play this Atari when I can. Okay, so he extends here. So he made these exchanges, and then he wasn't so happy with it, so he continues. Then what can I do? Is it easier to surround now? Because if I push again, then I can get this Hane. But it seems... I mean, should I? Play one more time. But he might ignore me. Yeah, totally. Totally. So, okay, and now I can play... Oh, but what about... Is he attacking this group then? Is that it? But is it possible to attack? If I play this Hane, he pushes. You know, maybe he can get this move in Sente. And then... How does it look? I'm not quite sure. I can also play here. This is way more forcing because I can try and... And then if he tries to connect here, this is not easily connected. I can cut here. So I think I'll try that. I'll play here. Or I wonder if this is like a probing move, like for N4 or for R13, because it is something that you'll see quite often. Okay, so he responded. But I think I have to be careful because of the inside. But okay, if he turns here, then what? Then I extend. I think I'll do one more time. Because I think the important thing is to say, am I safe? Am I okay? So I'll jump here. I mean, maybe I can push one more time. It doesn't feel necessary, though. But I think the main thing is I don't want him to get this turn, so I'll play over here. I think that's nice, because now this group is heavier. So now that this group is... So I shouldn't think too much about just the safety of this group. If this group is weaker, then that gives me a little bit of resource to work with as well. He's still not completely out over here. There's still a little bit of issue with the shape. It's not clear to me how he's going to use these exchanges later. So we'll see where this goes. Okay, so he plays over here, this exchange. Part of me just wants to play... Can I play this move here? But no, it's too fancy, I think. If I play over here, then you can push and cut. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. It feels like I should play over here, but if I do, then there's this poke. And then I can connect, and I don't know, that doesn't feel so nice. Whereas I can do the same thing to him, and then maybe come back. You know, that feels somehow better. But if I play over here and he ignores, and I cut through, and then he cuts through, I then have this group in the center, which isn't so nice. If I play over here, then what happens? He can play this push. This cut is here, so I can get this peep. And then he can try and come down over here, but luckily I'll be okay, but there might be some extra forcing moves. So, okay, if I play over here, then just don't overthink it, I think. Just play solidly. Even if he gets this peep, you know, is that such a big deal? I guess that's what I'm wondering about. Okay, yeah, I was sure he was going to play that. So okay, I need to connect. Right? Like I can play something else, but I should connect. So I'll do that. Okay, I'm slowly getting weak with this group, I think. So I need to be a little bit careful. I should remember that this group here isn't that strong. So as long as I can remember that, then I should be okay, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Can I cut this? But I should make sure I'm safe first. So I think I should play this move because this gives me a little bit of eye shape. I threaten to connect. I just hope that doesn't hurt things over here, but I don't think it should. Say if he Ataris, and I can just capture. If he solidifies, I mean if he's descended, plays here, solidifies, then I can just connect underneath here, but then he cuts, but then he has two liberties, but the Ataris here aren't working. But if I play this move, maybe I can get it? I mean, the issue is like if he ignores, what happens? If I push here, he'll connect and then I can cut. He can maybe push this way and then push out this way, and then I lose these stones. So I don't think I should play this shape, but if I don't, then I might be in more trouble, but I'm not in trouble. I'm not in trouble yet. Don't trick me. So if I play over here, Hane extend here, cut. He then has to deal with this group, and then I can come back. So I'll do it. I think it makes the most sense as well somehow. Okay, and then I'll cut over here, and then we'll see. Maybe he has something up his sleeve anyway. You can see that I'm very wary. I'm very careful. But maybe not. Maybe you can't see it in my play, but I'm trying to be careful at least. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying the new board configuration. I hope this at least makes the rest of the elements a little bit bigger and it frames the board a little bit more. So I hope that makes it nicer to look at because what I had before was a bit jarring, I think, to look at. So yeah, I just wanted to tweak it a little bit so it looked a little bit nicer. So yeah, leave the comments below if that's something that you appreciate or if there are any thoughts that you have that you want to see. Okay, so he extends over here. Okay, now it gets fun. So I'll have to extend with this group. And then I guess he'll do some kind of a connection. Oh no, now it gets interesting, doesn't it? Okay, we'll see what happens. Because I guess, yeah, the idea is to attack this group. So, okay, I might need to play R7 as an emergency measure and maybe give something up over here, perhaps. And if I can do that, then maybe I'll still be okay. That's an interesting move. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all. That's really interesting. Okay. Okay, so I guess the main thing is that I need to come out. If I lose these two stones, what happens? Is that he connects. Is that big? I think so. But I think what I can do is if I play over here and play this one, then I'm threatening to capture, so I'll have to do something. And then I can play this Atari, 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 and then I can play over here. And then I can capture. He extends over here, extends. So it should be okay, I think. Here. Yeah. Yeah, there's an Atari here. But if he's played over here, then there might be an Atari on me. So here, cut, right? He has to do something about it. And then if I play Atari here, Atari here, Atari here, push here, then that's an Atari on me. Okay. So then maybe I can play this wedge if he comes out. Then maybe I can try and go for this cut or over here or something like this. Right? Extend here, here. Like somehow I still have a lot of thickness through here, so maybe I can use that. Like maybe I can use this attachment, and maybe if he comes over here, like that looks like, because maybe, or maybe I can go for the cut directly. Push, cut here. Right? Like this one. These moves look like they make more sense somehow. But if I play this push, and this is an Atari, then I have to extend and then here. Here, this one. Am I already captured? I might already be captured. I actually don't see a way out. But if I play this one, then he can't Hane, so he has to play something else, and I can get extend. Okay, so then this group will be too weak. So I'll play this one. Okay, so he's really thinking for a long time here, so maybe this move actually does something. I was a bit worried that I could be misreading, but he's really taking a second to think about this, so there might be something to this move. But I don't know, maybe I'm still wrong, who knows? Can you believe that up to this point we've only played 78 moves? Like, we've thought both pretty intensely about this, and we're only this far. So yeah, really high quality game in terms of. I think like when I was playing against other players at like Yongseng Dojang or Nordic or Dojo or something like that, I think that my goal for the game, whether I won or lost, was to get 140 moves, which is usually about as much as it takes to reach endgame, and then to have used all of my main time. That was my goal. So that meant that the game was high enough quality that meant that when it was then reviewed, it then was worth learning from. So that's kind of the intention right now. So if that's the intention, then we still have like 80 moves to go, or 60 moves to go, rather. 62 because we're at 78. So yeah. I also need to set up my setup so that I can stream as well. But I'm a little bit afraid to do some streaming because I have this condition where I can't burp, basically. I think like the sphincter up here is always too tight, so I can't. And you might notice that sometimes I like wheeze a little bit. Like I'm sometimes like gasping for air, and that's because my throat is seizing up a little bit. And right now I'm having kombucha, which is a bit bubbly, and so if I'm talking and then somehow like all of this seizes up. So I try my best to take deep breaths and all of this, but it's yeah, I this is something that I struggle with. So I worry like it sometimes what can happen is I can start like gagging basically. And it's something that's really new. Not that new. Like I remember doing that at uni, but it's something that happens. And if I'm live streaming, then I have to like turn the mic off and do whatever. And yeah, it's not fun. Whereas here, if I'm on YouTube land, then I can edit that out. So that's why you guys might notice the edits, and that's what's going on in the background, basically. I heard that you can get like a Botox shot into your throat so that it then like permanently relaxes the muscle. But yeah, I'm that requires going to the doctor, and I'm too lazy for this, basically. So okay, that's interesting. So here's the idea: is that if I play over here, then you'll Hane, maybe I can Atari from this direction, something like that. Because if I Atari over here, then maybe I can get like a driving to Suji. But no, I don't think so, because there's just a Hane here. There's a tiger's mouth. But if there's a Hane that I can throw in here and then play over here. He really took a while to think about it. So if I play over here, he can cut. Okay, so I might have to step back from this and give these two stones up and then think about how I live, I suppose. I can maybe get this move in, and that helps me to make this side of the board. If I extend, he'll cut here, and then it's not clear what I do. So I'm really low on liberty. So if I connect Hane, Atari here, and there's nothing I can do. I can maybe like play over here, and then it'll connect, and then one more time, but it's not easy. Then I can Atari from this side. I can Atari once here, but I'll be low on liberties. So will he, to be fair. So I can sacrifice this and make the top and then try and live with this group. But it's not clear how I'm going to be okay. I can try and descend to the third line here. And then that should give me a little bit of space to do something, but he might be strong enough now that he's captured this group to stop me. So I might be in serious trouble here. I can extend. He'll extend. I'll play one more time, and then if he Hanes, then I can play over here. Right? So if I play over here, 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 I think the main thing is that if I play over here now, then this one here, and then connect, and then I'm out. But or extending up here, here. I can't read this far ahead. He's stronger at reading than I am. So let me see. So we have Atari connect cut. Atari extend. I play here. He doesn't play this wedge because I can just Atari. He extends, I block. He extends Atari. It looks like it's okay. But he'll just cut here now, isn't it? But it's okay because I can go back to my other plan that I take the left side and then I try and live with this group. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm going to ignore this now and just play over here. I guess I'll just go quickly and get some water. I'll be right back. Alright, so I got some water just to help me out a little bit. So okay, it plays this move, which is quite an interesting move. So I think playing here makes the most sense. If I play over here, he Ataris and he can capture this. I can also descend this way, which is also quite interesting. I should be able to make an eye here, so I'll just connect. Seems to make sense. My wife was making dinner downstairs, and I haven't eaten yet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to dinner. But I should focus. I shouldn't get too distracted. We already have been thinking for so long. It's a serious game. But yeah, I think it might be a bit of an unusual request for the Dawn players I'm in contact with to play handicap games because, you know, and I've said a couple times already that we kind of underestimate handicap go, and after playing chess, I realized this. So, I mean, also at the club that I'm at, the late club owner or organizer, he was a big advocate for it, and so we all play handicaps when we're at the club, as you know, and yeah, I really learned to appreciate it from doing that. So okay, I can't really connect underneath over here now. That's why he made this exchange, because now I'm short of a liberty, which is very cool. This is one of the best part about playing Don players is that they just squeeze everything out the position. I think that's always so fun. That's always so cool. But look, I can make an eye here. I can play here and I can threaten to connect and I can descend and I have an eye. But before I make an eye, I'm going to play this L3 move. So let's go for it. I suppose the other thing to remember is that he's not alive. For instance, I can peep here. Okay, so that means that the connection here is stronger. Okay, so he descends here, which is what we're expecting. And I can either go on the attack here, or I can just play over here. Because the idea, I mean, it's not easy for him to take two eyes, right? Say he places Hane over here. If I play here, then he can play this one. If I play here, he connects and I can throw in. So there's actually, yeah, it's not so easy. I don't want to go for the kill right away here. I'm going to try and surround first. And then we'll see what happens, basically. Of course. Give me a second. Okay, so I muted my notifications, but my brother is apparently somewhere doing shots. And he says that he can't burp as well, and he's like, "Wow, is this how you feel?" And I was like, I don't know any different." So, okay, cool. But I think I can get this. Here's the interesting thing: if I place Atari here, capture Atari. Okay, but it threatens the cut, so I need to do something, and maybe I can play over here. But I want to play this Atari. It seems cooler. Or not this Atari, but like take the liberty on the outside. Because I can descend. And if I descend, then I can come over here and then capture the stones, and if not, that I can cut. Yeah. So I don't know. The bamboo is a thing that you can do as well, because I guess technically you can break my bamboo now, but also I'm more solidly connected here, and I can down the third line. This fixes his shape issue. So there's this. And here, if I descend, you can play this like second line move or something. Oh, I might not be alive. This might not be good. Oh. Uh, and over here, because I can't just play this way. I need to be more provocative. But he's strong everywhere. Oh no, I might have totally misread this. play the ko, isn't it? Hmm. Okay, I'll play the ko. That's not good. It's not good at all. Okay, he takes the ko, and then maybe I can play this move? Because then if this group is weak, then I should be okay, maybe? Oh no, now we're in Byoyomi. And there's nothing I can do. This one is gone. I don't like this. Or I can play here. Yeah, local co-threat. Right? I hope so. Now we're in overtime, so now it gets fun. Oh, he loses in overtime. He thinks about it for a little bit. That's interesting. Is it like really a co-threat? Like if he takes the ko, then I live, then he still has the entire game left. So he might just respond. If he responds, I take the ko. He'll do a co-threat somewhere else, yeah. Can he just connect? He might be able to just connect. And then what do I do? I can try and make an eye. Yeah, okay. Only have an eye. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. I am actually in deep trouble right now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Let's try this. Because I think if I play K6, then I might be able to make another eye. Or maybe not. What if he plays the clamp? And then if I push through, he can Atari, connect, but the cut. It's too annoying. Yeah. Okay, and then I can play here. And now I have AB to my Miai. So I have L5 to make an eye, and then I have here to make an eye. So, woo! I just barely live. I just barely managed to live. I'm really proud of living like that. I don't normally find I don't normally find how to make a second eye like that. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that. That doesn't threaten to cut. Oh my god, thank goodness. Ah. Okay, now this group is weak, because now it's for sure that I'm alive. And I reduce him. He can't really make a lot of points there. So he's still behind. Man, that was so close. Oh my god. Oh, but he's still gonna try? Is he trying to live? Because is that why he's playing these moves here? He wants extra eye shape? Because yeah, now that I'm out over here, this group is now weak again. He used another overtime. So I wonder what his plan is now. He extends. Okay. But now that this group is safer, I want to like really press the issue.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Let's go for it. Because I think I should be able to do it. And that's the right moment. You shouldn't strike any moment sooner than it being pretty sure. But to be fair, I still haven't read it out completely. So if he plays this one, oh, okay. Oh, is this his plan to connect? Let's capture. Yeah, because if he connects over here, if I push and cut, then he can Atari. Okay. And then if I play over here, then I'll be able to connect. Is it so? Like here, push... No, here. Connect, push, cut, Atari. But if I play it over here, then he will... This one here. And I connect in the Ataris. So he's connected through here. Okay, that's very clever. Okay, so I'll extend out over here. I guess the only thing is I have a weakness over here. Yes, I have a weakness. I do. If I play over here... I guess the point is that I just have to admit it. I just won't be able to kill him. But that's okay, because we don't need to. We still have basically our entire handicap, I think. Like, I still have this entire left side. I have the corner. I didn't die with this group. I've reduced him over here. He's making no points. He has, like, the top. So, still looks okay. Right. And then what? Push again. He'll still figure it out, I think. And I need to be especially careful, because if it comes to endgame, GoDave's endgame is strong. So he's gonna really, yeah, I need to stay focused. The game isn't over yet. So yes, of course I'll have to connect. Or what if I don't? What if I don't connect? Right? What if I don't?
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I don't need to kill. I just don't need to. If only these two stones here had more liberties, and I could do more with this group here, but it should be okay, because, I mean, it means I can take the entire left side, so... Okay. Then he plays over here. And then I want to get this Hane. But it's probably too strong, so I'll extend. Man, this is annoying. Because this group, even if I'm not able to kill it, it's just constantly a burden. There's just constantly problems. Mm-hmm. So, can I surround? He's trying to play moves in Sente, try and bamboozle me. Well, sir, I'll have you know that I am not to be bamboozled.
10, 9, 8.
Or maybe I am. I'm running out of time.
6,
5,
4, 3.
Oh no! What do I do? What do I do? I was bamboozled. I thought that I was not bamboozleable, but I was. He bamboozled me. I thought that I could play the aggressive move, but I was too afraid, and so I stepped back. Ah. I hope I can get some nice shorts from this where I can show people that Go is exciting too. He plays the Ko? Why? Why does he play the Ko? I have an eye, so if I play here I can connect, can't I? And this is an eye. Maybe he plays this one. But if I play up here?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Right? Like... No. Because if he captures, then I descend, and that's not an eye. Oh, no. Did I blunder? Is my group dead? And there's nothing I can do over here. If I play over here, then he'll come underneath. So I can't make a second eye. So that means if I don't make an eye here now, then I'm dead, and then it's time... Is it time to resign? I'm not quite sure. I have to count after that. So what do we have? We have, on the left-hand side, we have 30, maybe like 28, plus 6 is, what, 34? 34 plus 14 is 34 plus 14 is 40, 57. No. 34. This is where you learn that my math is bad. 34 plus 10 is 44. Plus 17, so that's plus 7. So 44 plus 7 is 51.
9, 8.
Yeah,
7,
oh no.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, we play the Ko. Ooh, but can he play over here now? No, because then I just capture, isn't it? So it's still a Ko. Did he miss that? Why didn't he play that earlier? Hmm. Oh no, I'm still dead.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Shoot.
5.
And then he captures. And then what? I need to win the Ko. Yeah. So maybe I can play over here. But I stopped counting. So what was I at? I was at like 51, wasn't I? 51 plus... Can we get 1 point? So 51 plus 9 is 60. 66, 68, 68, 73. So I have about like 73 points. If he captures here, then this is like what? 16, 19, 23. 23. God, I'm so slow at the moment. I haven't taken my meds this morning, so you might notice I'm a little bit less focused at the moment. Okay, but if this allows me to live, then okay. Isn't it? So I'll connect. Because yes, I lose a little bit of points, but I would much rather that. But I guess, like, okay, and this group is strong because I can get this low on liberties. Or, like, because he still has to capture these 2 stones. And then, yes, he can descend, but then I can play this 3-3 move, and then he'll have to, like... Unfortunately, he might be able to kill this, but I need to ask him to prove it. But okay, if I live with this whole group... If I connect over here, then there's still not 2 eyes, and I still might be able to cut him off. This is what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. I can still push through here and cut as well. So yeah, it's a tough game. Which is good news, because I didn't want the handicap to be too big, so... I mean, that we do have literally 5 stones, and there is 5 rank between us. Mm-hmm. But yeah, then makes sense. Nothing crazy here. Okay, so I just lost a bunch of points. Oh no. No, 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 no. Wait. I'm like that meme right now. No, 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 no. Wait, 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 wait. Like, if he push, if he cuts me, if I'm dead with this group, then yeah, that's I have like it's all going downhill. Okay. But okay, that's Sente. Okay, and is this Sente? I don't think so. So, what can we do? Let's get this Hane. This feels very powerful. Because I might be able to get some kind of a cut. That's okay. Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And what about this? 'Then I can extend. And I can go for the cut? Wait. Or am I cut first? No, I can't cut because then he cuts me.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Okay.
4, 3.
Hmm. But okay, I get these stones here, so if I play here, then he's Hane. Here, extends, and I can capture this. Maybe he can try and connect underneath, but if he connects here, then that's an interesting move. Okay. Okay, over here. I can get this move here, right? But I guess that's why I'm stronger through here, is because he's able to pressure this group. Then I can play this clamp. So I should be okay, I think. Yeah. Whew. And I can still cut him. I can still cut him here. So he has to take Gote, unfortunately. And did all this help him to connect outside? If he plays here... okay. I'm alive, though, which is good. And here, you just stop him from cutting me. But what happens if I play this cut and if I play this Sente here? But he'd get the Sente first, so I wouldn't have it. But if I get the Sente now and then go for the cut... Oh no, but he gets an extra eye here. So there's not a cut. Ah. Yeah, as he says. Okay. And what about this move? And then I guess from here it's endgame. At least I haven't died everywhere. Mm-hmm. And you can co-lock to underneath. Come underneath. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Alright, so what's the next move then?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
I
3.
suppose this looks big. I know it's not Sente, but it's a big move. Oh, no, I shouldn't. I mean, I know that this move is okay, but descending to the first line like that felt like such an amateur move. Okay, yeah. Hmm. He's played very well, to be fair. I mean, it's no surprise, but man, he's really okay. That now he gets the end game. Now he gets end game. Okay, now here it comes. But I think the bottom of the board is the biggest, right? Can I play a move like here? I don't think so. Okay, it's Sente. Or else he cuts my group off over here, which wouldn't be nice. Yeah. If I descend, then there's shenanigans. I think the AI didn't like it when I played it this way before, but there's very clear problems. If I descend, he cuts, and then there's nothing I can do. So if I Atari, there's an Atari. And if I Atari from the other side, then he connects, and then it's all good. So that should be what to do. Should be what needs to be done. Mm-hmm. But hey, we used all of our main time and we're at move 190. So unless I'm like really horribly behind, then this has been a great game, which is I love to hear. So, or at least I think so. I don't know if it's actually true. Mm-hmm. Okay, what's the next move? This is Sente. Seems pretty annoying, actually. Then I can come again. Mm-hmm. Then I can get this Atari. And then what next? I need another move in Sente. I think, is this move Sente? Yeah, it looks like it. Because then otherwise I can get this Atari and then here. Or here, maybe? Because here, here, and then I can connect on through. So I'll play here. And then what was it? What can I do next? Here. Mm-hmm. And then I can get some forcing moves over here, I suppose. But this clamp looks annoying. Okay, I can make an eye here, which is nice. And then endgame continues. I actually didn't expect there was a weakness there, so that's pretty cool. You know what I should do? I don't know if Seek would really approve of this, but I can maybe change the background of my board to fit the background of my overlay here. That might look kind of interesting. But I should make sure that I don't get disconnected here. I should stay focused, otherwise I'm going to lose stupidly. So if I descend here, then he might cut
10,
me.
9, 8, 7.
Okay, that's Sente, I think. Okay, but it's not Sente, so I should keep that in mind. This is Sente. Maybe I can capture something over here. What else? What else can I do? This move is Sente. This descent here as well. This is 4 points. I don't know if the 4 points is big enough right now. Okay, so then it was big enough, which I'm glad about. But what else can I do? Game is almost over, really. I should be able to count at this point, I suppose. So here we have 7, 10 points plus. So this is 20, 21, maybe like 22, 24, 24 plus. I mean, maybe there are 2 here, so that's like. No, not 2. Maybe that's like 25. And then here we have 25, 30, 33, 36-ish. And then he has. So I'm looking for about 40 points for white. So we're talking 5.
10, 9.
So anyway, we're talking like 5, 9, 10, 14, 20, 25. It's actually a pretty close game. Actually, he might be just slightly ahead. Okay, so we keep playing until the end, because if it's close enough to count, then we should just go to counting. Mm-hmm. But this game's been long and exhausting. I didn't expect it to be so long. I mean, I guess I did say to do it with half an hour main time, but yeah, it's tough. You can tell that he's playing endgame because, but then again, the 4 points from earlier. So if this isn't worth it, then that's interesting because that's worth 5 points instead, I think. Or no, it's because he can't Q19. It's a difference of 1 point. That's why he's not playing it. Okay, that makes sense. I think I can play here. Yeah, should be okay. It means he gets this move in Sente, and then he can come out here, and then he makes more points on the outside. Okay, that's why he's doing that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty big. I feel a little bit bad that I'm not commenting so much, but I'm a bit tired, I guess. It's been a tough game. Now I can strike the pose I always use when I'm playing against people online. We just need to make sure we don't do any endgame mistakes, I suppose. He really is fighting for every point, though, so either he's practicing his endgame or it really is quite close and he's about to rinse me, I suppose. I guess this is Sente. That's an interesting move. Mm-hmm. There is so much endgame. We're at move 264 now. I should be able to count to the end, basically. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's about 33-ish points, similar to what I counted before. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it looks like he's just barely ahead. Just barely. Which is great. It was a great game then. You know what to complain about. I realize now that I didn't count the captures correctly. So maybe it is closer than I thought. But I'm still not quite sure I win. It's a close game. I guess the bright side as well is he has to capture these 2 stones. What else is there? Mm-hmm. And then it's Dame from here, it seems. Glad that we made it to the end though. Like I'm very happy about that. So yeah, this has really gone very well. As to whether or not I win, that's another issue, but that's I don't really mind. It's an honor to be able to play against somebody like GoDave, so whatever. I'm just happy to have been able to play him.
Pass.
All right, what have we got?
Remove the dead stones.
Yeah, he's just barely ahead. Oh, he's ahead by a lot more than I realized. Right?
White wins.
All right, so I guess like I don't know if he'll want to review it offline, but I'll do that. I'll kind of make another recording later, either today or tomorrow. Yeah, you guys will see it as one video, but I'll see you all in a second. All right, so it's the next morning now, and so let's see what I can remember from the review that we did last night. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record him because I wasn't quite sure how to get the sound. And then I realized that I could just unmute my desktop audio and then he would just be recorded. So that's something I know for next time. Up to here, we have a pretty normal opening. He thought that S5 was perhaps a bit defensive, but everything is okay. He kicks, he jumps, and then I jump as well. He makes this exchange, and then he said that maybe playing this shoulder hit wasn't really necessary, or we maybe didn't necessarily have to start the fight here, but it's definitely something you can do. So that's a decision. And he said that I shouldn't have captured here, and that he noticed in my previous games that I try too hard to hold on to all of my stones. So he said that just extending here is fine, because if he tries to do something about this, then I can just say, okay, well, you're dead. The stone isn't really that important. What matters is attacking the group, and if I step out in front of white here, then that makes it a lot harder for white to do stuff. Of course, I have to go through all the variations he has, but yeah, so that's kind of the idea, and that allows him to come forward a little bit. And then he said that this exchange wasn't really necessary because it added extra liberties onto this group here. So yeah, that meant that it was harder to do anything against it. I can push here, and there were some exchanges, and the point of these exchanges, he said it was because AI sometimes likes to do this crosscut and then just leave it because you don't know how you want to use the AG, but now it's on the board. So the idea is that he was able to get this move A later. So yeah, that was the idea basically. But I responded okay here, and then I don't remember if he said that it was super necessary to respond. I can't quite remember. I think like what were the variations? Like this was really big basically, so that would have been a really great move to get. But anyway, so I push out, and then he makes this exchange, and then we come to here, and then make this cut. This was really a good thing to do because this is a good way to defend the group. But yeah, I don't keep playing like this for the rest of the game, which is basically the problem. So up to here, I then misread. So apparently I can play here, because if there's this, then we can push. And then, what was it? Here, something like this. So this is Atari. You could probably see from the game that I couldn't quite read up to here. And then, what did he say? That if he had just extended here instead, then I can play here. And this attachment would also do a similar kind of thing. So, similar kind of stuff. But anyway, so I play away, and that allows him to capture. Or I don't play, yeah, I play this move, and that allows him to capture. But so that's quite good for white. And then I didn't have to descend here, apparently, because that makes my eye shape weaker, and it's not clear what I gain for it. So that was a bad exchange. And then here, instead of, my problem was that we start the ko. He said that maybe this co-threat wasn't the best because of, like, my intention was to get an extra co-threat over here, but I can't quite remember. I think it's because it loses a point, that's why. But anyway, so I play this move to live, but he said that it would have been better to just attack from this direction instead. And then I could do a lot more in terms of, there's also this Aji here, apparently, where if I play this way, and then here, and then the inside group here isn't totally alive, and then, you know, maybe I can get extra moves on the outside, and I can make, so like the point is that it's like if I play this way, this exchange first, yeah, okay, and then this way, right, okay, so that's basically the idea. Good thing that I have his variations from before. So if I could just descend here, then that makes this shape weaker, and then that threatens more on the side here. So I don't have to live with just 1 point in Gote like I did. And living so small meant that he could make more in that area as well. Unfortunately, he got this exchange, which meant that I couldn't cut him. And then there was some pushing over here. And basically, at this point, he points out, you can see all these moves here, that there are all of these weaknesses. So these triangles are proper weaknesses, and these are more like shape defects here. And he said that he outlined a framework here for lungs, skeleton. I can't remember what the last one was. It was like LSS. But the idea was that, oh yeah, space. So it was like, you can think of your liberties as like your lungs, the amount that you can breathe. And if you have broken bones, then that's another weakness. And then space. So he was talking about how I was like, oh, I wasn't sure if I was the strong here. And he said, well, you have all of the space up here, all this stuff. And also I have, like, I don't know how many liberties. 7 liberties here, so that's pretty good. So that's quite a lot of liberties, and then I don't have any gaps between my stones. So actually this group is way stronger than I thought. Meanwhile, all the stones on the outside here, they're not as connected. So the idea or the metaphor that he came up with was like, I played this really passive move, and that basically allowed all of his bones here to recover, and you shouldn't allow that. You shouldn't allow your opponent to recover their bones. So very fun metaphor, as Go players do. And yeah, I completely fumbled this area here. And I lost like 15 points from this, because this basically helps the group to live very easily. And then, like, I almost died as well, I think. So it was not good. So I really fumbled this life and death here. And then and then here, like, I live just really passive. Like, once again, the shape on the outside is weak, but I just focus on living, and that's nowhere close to good enough. And he was very happy that I didn't continue over here, like I might have done. And then here I didn't go for the cut, basically. And what he said is, like, I should go for the cut because white isn't strong on the inside. So here you can see that I'm repeatedly playing passive moves, which is typical for me. Like, I keep saying that I'm a passive player, and this is basically why. It really shows my weak points. And then up to here we get endgame, and I lose another 20 points in endgame, basically. So can I remember which moves weren't so great? This is okay. Yeah, getting this move was really, really big. So that was quite nice for white. And then I don't think this move was as big as I thought. I can't quite remember. So yeah, getting all this out of here was quite nice. And yeah, I did some pushing here, which was okay. And yeah, that's basically the game. So competitive game, I still made a lot of mistakes, still lots to learn from. GoDave sent me a message afterwards saying that he learned a lot from the game as well, which is great. And yeah, he said, like, he connected here. And in the end, he ended up making like 5 points over here, which is quite big as well. So yeah, I guess it's just endgame. But yeah, I really learned a lot from this game. I look forward to playing GoDave in the future. If you enjoy these videos, and like, comment, subscribe, let me know if you... this is because my best friend wanted to see me play against strong players and get my ass handed to me, so yeah, so his wish is my command. This is why I'm doing this. If you have other wishes or other things that you'd like to see more or less of, then do let me know, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.